So let's kick it off. We are recording. So yay! So January 30th, here we are. So this was a Team Believe call, but we opened it to the entire downline as we always do. And somebody said fiance, yay. So I'm going to close the chat before I get really squirrely. Don't worry, they're here. Okay, so, oh crap, sorry, I keep pushing the wrong thing. So first off, just cheers, because this is how the Vandergrifts do everything, bubbles. And it's how we roll. And I also want to say happy birthday to Dorothy. There you are, girl. I hope you have some drink somewhere. Dorothy also, there she is, just went back to work after a year off Canadian maternity leave. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen. So tonight is a special call because Matt and I are hosting together, and we are going to fly through our top tips. This is not like a therapy session. We are not gurus in the marriage department. We are just sharing what we feel can be some tips for you as you run your business with your spouse being with you. So let me see, who do I see? Andrea, can you give me thumbs up? Do you see the picture of us in Mexico? Okay, so as always, I always have to do a quote. So I got a little romantic. I put, find someone who wants to invest in you, learn from you, see you win, support your visions, and fall in love with you daily. So that sets the tone. He's Mr. Romantic. He doesn't cry for me, but he'll cry at Biggest Loser or A Million Little Things. So first, just real quick, recognition and announcements. Go into your COO. Tomorrow's the last day to have people sign as a coach to get into Shaun T's coach group. Last day for the summit ticket, $155, guys. This is freaking amazing, that price. If you're not going to summit, I hope you have a really good reason. Because you have to go. Team Cup, last day, I think tomorrow or the 5th of February to sign up for Team Cup. 2B Mindset 3-day refresh promos end this month. I think the T20 promos go through February, so those aren't over yet. And then I just always am going to start adding just a little recommendation. Podcast I'm obsessed with right now is your virtual upline, which we're actually going to listen to a minute of it in a minute. And then some free training, Jim Fortin. You hear a lot of us talk about Jim Fortin, and I just put the picture there. Just literally type in your web browser, Jim Fortin free training, and this training will come up. And for my team, just congrats to some hustlers. Dorothy, back on the board, SC8, and she's hustling for 10, still time to get there. Cami, I don't think is here tonight, but she's back on the board. Aubrey and Carrie, Aubrey's second month in. She'll be a success starter next month, and her husband just totaled her truck, so she's trying to remain calm with 3 kids at a snow day too. And Carrie, first month for Success Club. So many other people on the board on our team. I know we think we have rank advancements tomorrow in the downline, and we'll see the board later, but congratulations to everybody. So we're going to start with my tips first, because don't worry, those of you that are the coaches, this isn't all about Matt telling you what we should do better. This is also about me telling us what we should do better. So I want you to just remember, we always say this, any training that we give you, still be you, do you, and set your goals based on you. So if you were to go to my Instagram stories on the weekend, you see a lot of Matt. And I can't see us, so I don't even know if he's in the screen or not. You see us, and this is how we've chosen. Holy spray tan in that picture. I just realized that was a day before we were leaving for Mexico, and my spray tan was a little bright. We've chosen to share our journey together, and we'll kind of tell you why. So if that is not something you and your partner are choosing to do, you can still use these tips, but don't think there might be a partner or spouse sitting there like, dude, not getting in the pictures. You don't see before or afters of him, but you do see post workouts. You do see us on date nights, because I have found my followers and my people love to see how Beachbody has made us better as a couple. So we've decided to share everything, kids and spouses. But remember, take what you get, take your nuggets and leave the rest. It doesn't mean all of a sudden you're going to change and sit there and look at your spouse and say, well, Gretchen's husband's in a picture, you need to be in a picture tomorrow. No, there are lots of successful coaches on this team who have different levels of their family levels. So my first real tip is from the moment, well, we've all already started our businesses. The moment you start your business, or the moment you are really going to go for a goal, the moment you want to go big, you need to set your business hours based on your family's life. And you need to communicate that to your spouse. It's a hard job because our business is run on this little thing that if you're on this and they're trying to talk to you, you are going to start to get really annoyed at each other. So you need to talk to your spouse and say, my business is run on my phone and my computer. So this week I need to work from this time. Are you okay if during the football game or during a million little things, while we are together, I am on my phone? Because this is what I need to do. When Matt drives in the car, I am on my phone. But we also have to set times. I mean, he's a GM of a hotel here in Vegas. He is on his phone just as much. But we also have to set times where it's no devices. But you need to communicate your goals, what this business means to you, and talk to each other. And I'm going to let you listen to something real quick. I want you to think about, if anyone's here's spouse is not supportive, and I don't mean that in a negative way, just not 100% all in, you don't get the business, you're not on these calls with us, we get it. Most spouses start out that way, and I just say spouses in the general term, partner, whatever. But I want you to I hope you guys can hear this. So Andrea, when I start, let me know if you can hear it. I want you to listen to a minute of a podcast from your virtual upline. Oh, great. We have an Apple ID password drama in our house. But listen to this real quick.
Make your business a priority. Set your business hours. Have the conversation with your family. Hey guys, here's what I need you to do. Right? Let's talk about that for a second. Some of you are like, I have unsupportive spouses. I get it. That's great. But my question to you is, are they unsupportive because you're not making money in your business because you've never worked your business the way you're supposed to? What if you worked your business the way you're supposed to for 30 days and you actually started to make money? Watch that unsupportive spouse now be supportive. So tell them, for the next 30 days, look, I'm taking responsibility for the fact that I've never worked my business the way that I needed to, and I recognize that. And I understand why you're not supportive of me, but here's what I'm asking you to do. For the next 30 days, I'm asking you to support me while I go out and I build this thing. And here's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for us, right? You understand that? So have that conversation with your family. Tell your existing team that they need to.
Okay, so good message there, right? Because I will admit there's been times where I've let belief, time, new baby, whatever. You want to call it excuses or you want to call it life, you can call it whatever you wanted. I haven't been working my business like a business, but I'll sit on the couch and bitch about it at night if I'm stuck scrolling other top coaches saying, why them, not me? But we can realistically look at each other and he'll give me a reality check and say, but you haven't put in the work because of this, whether it was my excuses or the reality of slowing down. You also need to understand your spouse may be feeling like that. Okay, well, you're spending hours on your phone, but are you really intentionally working like we talk about? Are you scrolling? Are you doing this? So you as the coach need to treat this like a business, not a hobby. I don't care if your job is your hobby, those 30 minutes a day need to be dialed in, intentional, and you need to show your spouse whatever your why for coaching is. If it's your journey, the community, the finances, helping other people, they should know your why and they should see that return. Ours is everything, financial, me, happiness, and whatever. So those are my top tips. And make sure if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I was just going to sound like Marion Chatty Poo, I think she said before. Then we can answer them at the end. So I'm going to turn it over. In this picture right here, just to say, this was the day we finished 80-Day Obsession. We both went, well, my version of 100% all in and his version of 100% all in meal plan are a little bit different. His includes bourbon and pasta, and he still gets amazing results. But our family has changed because of Beachbody, and that is why I share both of us. And that was the day we finished. So I had to capture it. So I'm going to pass it on to my hubby. Can you see that? Can you? Well,
there we are.
You want to see yourself talking?
Yeah, just so I know I'm in the picture.
So you know you look good? I'm going to drink while he talks.
Okay, so I think, when Gretchen asked me to do this, I've been here and I remember the beginning of this, and I remember the whole journey. And I'm going to try and make this make sense and not ramble. So I'll do my best here. But I think, one of the biggest things I hear from her that other people say is their partners don't support them in the get-go of this. And I think that is a huge mistake on the part of the spouses. I understand that there's a stigma that goes along with MLMs, but I think when you look at the world today, and I think Marion actually posted an article somewhere, maybe on Facebook about this, and I've seen it on LinkedIn and all that too. When you look at the world today with social media, Amazon, Beachbody, Uber, VRBO, and we've talked about it, there's so many new companies out there that are taking the world by storm that have no brick and mortar stores, corporate offices, nowhere for you to go specifically to buy their product. But they are the new reality of our world. And I think this is such a tremendous opportunity in today's world for people to make a huge income. And when Gretchen started this, we were very fortunate. One of our neighbors got her into this, and she was incredibly successful in it. So we immediately saw the possibility there. And when it started out with us, Gretchen came to me about it and wanted to quit her job at the time and start this job. And, we talked about it and had to cut back for a little bit, but we started talking about it, and I was like, hey, just start, cover your car payment every month and I'll be happy. And then a few months later, it was, okay, we'll cover both car payments and I'll be really happy. And then that was done, and it was like, okay, well, start paying the rent and I'm even more happy. And I think the potential there, when you look at this, when I look at her weekly incomes, monthly incomes, there's a huge potential there that I think everybody needs to get on board with. Because the job market today is not the traditional 9 to 5, go to a building and do whatever you do and come home. The great thing about this is that, like she said, she does it in the car on the weekends when we're driving to go to lunch or whatever, or she'll do it while we're watching our TV shows at night at 10 o'clock at night. And I think you have to realize that. There is a huge piece that she touched on earlier too, that I think you also have to invest in your business, right? When you can afford to hire an Instagram specialist or whatever they are called that manage your account for you, I think you need to do that. We've gotten to a point now where we have some babysitters that we pay a few times a week to come and give her some relief with the kids during the day, and she can go focus on her work for 3 or 4 hours. And you have to invest in your business. And yeah, you're not going to start off making 50, 60, 80, 90, 100 grand. You're going to start off just like I did when I started my career, making, I don't know, $10 an hour, I think is what I was making out of college. And you have to start somewhere. But when I've seen the quick uptick in the money coming in, it's very eye-opening that the potential is there. She was able to cut back and kind of let her foot off the gas a little bit when Hunter came into the world, and do what she needed to do with him and spend the time she had to spend with him. But then, she got back into it, and you immediately start seeing the results. I think the other big thing that I talk about a lot, even at work, is when I got serious about this and started working out. I mean, I don't run my side of the business. She handles that.
Are you a coach though?
I am a coach, yes. And
so
I do
what's
great.
your message to spouses who are not coaches yet?
That you need to be a coach.
Yeah. Let your wife or girlfriend sign you up as a coach.
Absolutely. I mean, give your social security number, do whatever you have to do to give them the opportunity to use you as a second business center. Mm-hmm. Because that's just more money at the end of the day. And I mean, I'm all about the money. I'll be honest about that. I've been honest about that from the very beginning. I'm about the money. But I think to what I was starting a minute ago, when I got serious about this, it was around the same time that I was turning 39 or 40, I don't remember. And I went to my doctor and had all the tests done and blood work done that you do when you turn 40 and all that fun stuff. And he ran my numbers from my blood work and reviewed it all with me. And I told him that I was starting to work out and starting on the shakes and all that. And he was like, okay, we'll come back in 6 months and let's look at it again instead of waiting the full 12 months. And when I went back and we ran my blood work again, he was so happy with my statistics. He said, tell your wife if you want, keep it a secret, whatever you want, but whatever you're doing is working. And then when we started 80-Day Obsession last January, and I think I lost 12 or 15 pounds during that. And I've lost about 18 pounds in the last 12 months. I feel so much better and my clothes fit better. I'm not as tired halfway through the day. It has been a great, healthy living journey for me as well. And those of you that maybe have known me a while, or I don't know if Gretchen's talked about it a lot, but I've gotten headaches my entire life from when I was about 12 or 13 years old. I literally get headaches every day, and I've had so many tests run, and you name it, I've had it done. And the doctors could never figure out what it was. So I was living on pop-in Excedrin, about 2 Excedrin every day. And in the last, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years, if I take Excedrin once a week, that's probably an extreme right now. And it has helped me from that standpoint. Just my whole general health is so much better. So that's, I think that is a huge benefit to the whole program. 30 minutes a day, working out, jumping around our living room, feeling like an idiot with these Shaun T workouts. But it has helped me tremendously in my personal life from a healthy living standpoint. And then, I love the financial aspect of it too. The money that she makes with it and the long-term potential there. And I know there's people that talk about retiring their husbands or whatnot. I'm not going to retire, but I need to get out of the house every day and go to work. But the financial freedom that it's allowed us for a lot of things is pretty tremendous too. And last year was our first trip, so that's pretty awesome too. And we're getting ready to go on a free cruise in 2 months. So I think all of that, those are big pointers, if you will, top tips of mine. I think support your partner. Give them the freedom to use you as a second business center. To her point, you do need to set kind of parameters, and everybody kind of has to understand working from your phone and all that. It's a little bit easier for us to understand it coming from the hotel business where you are attached to your phone and your laptop all the time. So I get that can be frustrating, but you have to have that conversation up front. And I just think it's great because you can work from anywhere. You don't have to go to a hotel every day and sit there for 10, 12, 15 hours. You can do it from anywhere. So those are my top tips. Feel free to ask any questions or.
Am I happier as a coach?
Oh my, much, 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 much happier. The anxiety levels that she had when she was working in the hotel business, whether it was overseas or when we moved home and she worked at a hotel in Atlanta. And then when we got here and she opened up the Lifetime Fitness gym here. Just the anxiety levels that, you had were quite high, and we don't really have that issue anymore. So, because you can work when you want and you set your own expectations for yourself. So, yeah.
So any questions?
I don't think I rambled too bad.
No, we did okay. I think, no, we're recording. I'm not supposed to ask. I was like, are we like Rachel Hollis and her husband? Like, could we be them? She's like my idol. But I'm going to look in the chat. But if anybody has any questions, just unmute yourself and ask a question. At what point did the money become real to Matt? this might be two different. The money became real when I got my first $36 paycheck.
Right.
To Matt.
Well, I think, you know, when I saw how, I guess, quickly you were able to cover the car payment for your car, it became real. And then I think it really got real for me when you were able to pay for the rent. And then when, you know, you start rambling, you start rattling off, you know, your weekly income here and there. But I think, you know, it became real pretty quick. But I think, you know, we also were friends with Marion from the get-go. So, you know, seeing the success of other people too in your own network really helps. And then when you see how fast it can happen for you, you know, it's one of those things where it is what you make of it. If you want to just pay your electric bill with it every month, you can do that. If you want to pay your mortgage and have a, you know, full-fledged, you know, 6-figure income with it, you can do that too. But nothing comes easy, right? You have a career like mine, 6-figure income, I work, you know, 14, 15 hours a day. And I'm attached to my phone, and when it rings, I answer.
2 a.m.
Same with
3
this.
a.m.
You know, you want a big income and a big career, you're going to have to work for it. So it's not something that, you know, you're not going to get rich quick with it. But the potential is there if you want. It's what you make of it.
Good question, Marion. I see it coming. What did you struggle with, if anything, as a spouse, and how did you handle it?
I still struggle with some of the terminology. I don't understand all of the upline and downline and all that weak leg, strong leg stuff.
So guys, we need
that to her.
We need to remember when you're talking to them, you're excited, dumb it down. Like,
please,
dumb it down so they feel like they can communicate.
But I think, you know, I don't know if I struggled with it, but I think you do have to understand you are always attached to this, right? This is where you work from. Mine is, yes, I work from it, but I also, you know, go to work every day and do a lot of my work at the hotel every day. So as a spouse, you have to realize that, yes, you are going to be attached to your phone every day, attached to your laptop a lot. So if it's just the two of you having dinner and it's a normal night and you pick up the phone and you're making somebody's selling something and you're making money, I don't care. If it's all four of us sitting down and having dinner with the two kids, well, that's different. Or if we've committed to a date night, like later tonight, that's different. But when your spouse picks up the phone and you're in the car, who cares? You know, they're trying to make some money.
Yeah, the image of the phone is tough. And I understand that as a spouse. It must be tough because you feel like we're not listening and not concentrating. So you have to set your boundaries.
She's always listening.
And he's always not listening. Any other questions? Oh, okay, good. So do you recommend that coaches put their phones? Yes. Setting boundaries. So you as a couple, like, ours are different. Like, we are totally okay watching TV at night, picking up our phones, because honestly, TV is one thing that both of us have decided to give up for our goals. But if there is a night we want to watch TV, it's like a working TV. So you as a couple needs to sit down and be like, when are you okay with us being together and me still being on my phone? At what times when I am on my phone? And you as the coach need to start this conversation. This is your business that you want to run. And a lot of you have other jobs. So you have a job. So this is like the side job that invades into your personal space of your family. So if you want to go big, though, I'm going to be blunt to this partners and spouses here. Let her freaking work and support her. But if you guys don't set boundaries, it's never going to work, because then you're never going to feel like you can be on your phone. It's going to give negative energy to your people. And yes, he's all about the money, but if you know how, obviously he's warm and fuzzy and he loves that I change people's lives. He just loves that change people's lives makes money at the same time. So let's be real there. Maybe I'm not understanding, Mary. but you be better work. Oh, well, that's the thing. If I'm sitting there just scrolling, looking at so-and-so's, oh, she made top 10, she made whatever.
Right.
No, like you need to be intentional. And that's the thing. Like Marion can attest to this. I was a addict scroller. Like she looked at my Instagram one time, was like, who are you following? And I was like, oh shit, unfollow, because I was following everybody. She's like, the best thing you can do for your business and your life and your marriage is to unfollow everybody right now. I give myself 30 minutes, certain times of the week to follow. So if you are on your phone thinking you're working, it needs to be intentional. You need to respect your time and your spouse's time and your family time, and to be intentional with what this is about. You commenting on Melanie Mitro or Ashley Molsted's posts every day is not an ROI on your business. And he's a businessman, so he gets it. And Lil's going, don't do it. Don't. I don't even follow my team. I have to go see my team's people. I go to follow Marion, Lil, and Gina when I feel like I don't know them. I'm like, what are they doing? So great question. I know the guys are always like, I'm not going to ask a question. Any question you want to ask on behalf of your partner? And you can verbally or you can chat it. But I just want to also say, when I was able to, okay, fine. He's obviously successful. I was successful, but me, when I was able to say, babe, I am taking you to Mexico, like me. He is the hotel guy. He has the hookups. He plans the plane tickets. He does all that stuff. When I was able to say, Erin, stop scrolling right there. Knock it down. Sorry, she's my coach. No. When I was to say, first, I am taking you to Punta Cana, and then we got pregnant. Way to go, Hunter. I am taking you to Mexico. And to me, feel like that was me, like,
I didn't plan anything.
He didn't plan anything, which was stressful because he plans everything. And right now we haven't bought our tickets for the cruise for our plane because he typically does everything, and I'm already stressed out. But that was the biggest gift, just as somebody who's been a career woman her whole life. And I've never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm very open, saying I struggle being a mom of two. But the fact that I can do it on my own time, because, and Lil always says this to me, I wouldn't have had Hunter if we didn't do this, because working 12 to 14 hours a day as a spa director, I'll be honest, he's the most amazing dad ever, but a lot of the mom stuff still falls on me. There was no way I would be able to figure it out. So babysitters are my life. So when you do this like that, but being able, that gift to him for trips is pretty freaking cool. We already signed up for Punta Cana. We get to go again now that we missed it the first time. So that was just one thing that to me is special to do for your spouse. Dorothy says, my husband wants to know who Matt is taking to it. Oh, Dorothy. Oh, do we, yeah, he doesn't know you that well yet. So no, don't judge us. I'm the sports person, right. But I'm also from Buffalo. So we hate the Patriots. Nope.
I'm not a big sports guy, but we did go to my first hockey game a couple weeks ago, which was pretty freaking awesome.
No go Pats. I mean, I do have to give it to them. And Dorothy's laughing. She did, but Canadian folks up there with hockey. We did go to a hockey. I mean, I was close enough to Canada. So cute.
And the Knights won. That was pretty cool.
He missed 2 goals when he went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So you guys can jump off whatever, but any other, Marion's laughing. But he's Mr. Party Animal. So if we're hosting a Super Bowl party,
oh yeah,
game on. Any other questions before we bid farewell? Okay, it is not too late to hit Success Club. You have a couple hours tonight and tomorrow. I'm just saying this. I woke up one day at 10. I went to bed the next day at 18. So Erin wants to come to our party. So you can hit Success Club. And remember, this business is about changing not just your life. And those of you guys that are my team, I get very emotional on every call when I say, I'm not just I love my challengers, but I love my coaches a little bit more, because I'm not just affecting you, but the partners that I see here right now, the trickle effect to change their lives and the trickle effect to change your children's lives and your financial freedom. And I'm sorry, let's stop recording real quick.
Hey guys, Gretchen again. Thank you so much for those of you who attended the call last night, and for those of you watching right now, thank you. I've gotten a couple messages, so I just wanted to add this onto the video quickly. so I can answer those questions for you, because I'm sure everybody probably has the same question. So again, thank you. We had such a blast. And I hope you learned something from watching us talk about coaching and how it's bettered both of our lives. So first question, when did Matt sign up as a coach? My first month of coaching. I don't remember the exact date, but I know it was in my first month, because my first month's goal was to hit SC5 and to become an Emerald coach. So signing him up gave me 2 Success Club points and got me halfway to Emerald. I asked Matt his take on signing up so quickly when he didn't know much about the business. And as you guys know, we had the fortunate potential or situation of watching Marion grow her business. But a lot of you who've joined have been our challengers before, so you kind of know how it works and you trust us. He said his tip is to, one, see this business as the opportunity that he talked about last night, and to figure out how to help invest in your partner's business, but invest in yourself. So we all know 50 PV to keep, this is answering a couple questions. People ask me, how did you keep his account active in the beginning? When did you sign him up? Did he help you go Emerald? What is his highest rank? Those are like the 4 questions. So Matt drinks everything: Shakeology, Recover, Energize. He has it in his office, beach bars, because he's figured, why not support our business? Because we order things under a second CBC, which helps volume, all that kind of stuff. And to keep his account active in the beginning, he drank Shakeology, because I asked him, can you go all in with me, at least with part of the meal plan? Because I was so upset and unhealthy. And I hear so many people come to me say, well, I have to make 2 dinners because my partner's not on board or my kids aren't on board. So find something that you enjoy, unless coaches, if you are drinking Shakeology, and you obviously have other products, hopefully, you put those other products on your husband's account. So, but his message as the spouse is, find something that you like. So it's really not even investing in the business. It's the $15 a month that you're investing. The rest is just bettering your own life. And he says that's pretty cut and dry. If there is not a product, if there's a product, if you can't find one product, he said, you're not really trying hard enough to support each other. Matt's highest rank is Diamond. I built him to Diamond. I think it took, 2 years maybe. He is now at Emerald. He falls back in between Diamond and Emerald. So in the beginning, he was strictly there just as a placeholder. But then I built him to Emerald, because again, your business isn't open until you get to Emerald, and I wanted him to accumulate volume. He has hundreds of thousands of volume, which you all know is like your savings account. So any coach that is on his weak leg, he's now making anywhere, I've shared, 140 to 250 a week just in residual income from where he is. I will build him back to Diamond this year, so he counts as one of my diamonds towards my business. But you can't do that until you have enough people coming in. So in the beginning, our goal was to just put him there at the top of my leg. He's on my strong leg. There's all different categories we didn't know in the beginning. We just signed him up. So that's as high as he's been. He does the products to keep himself active. Yes, he was one of my emeralds to get me to Diamond as well. So that was another strategic, and this is more for like the coaches, another strategic, but he says to just get on board and he talks to his people at work, and I've had a lot of people come from him when they talk. So that was just a couple questions that I wanted to wrap up everything with. And again, we had an amazing time. So please let us know any questions, and just know that coaching can better not just you, your partner. Happy wife, happy life. I always say happy husband, happy life too. So again, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much, and hope it was helpful.